Desperation doesn't sell, it repels. People can smell it a mile away, and it's one of the fastest ways to kill trust, kill sales, and frankly, kill your business. In today's episode, I'm going to break down exactly why desperation is hurting you more than you realize, how to recognize it creeping into your actions, and most importantly, how to flip the script and operate from a position of strength, no matter where your business is at. You see, here's the truth. Desperation makes you compromise. It makes you lower your prices to unhealthy levels. It makes you accept the wrong customers. It makes you overpromise just to close the deal. It makes you push too hard on a sale, making people uncomfortable. And worst of all, it makes you make short-term decisions that will destroy your long-term sustainability. Why? Because when you're desperate, your energy shifts. People don't just buy your product. They buy your confidence. They buy your certainty. They buy your leadership in some way. And desperation is the opposite of all that. Hey, listen, I created this lesson, this episode, because I've been there. In the early days of my software company, Webinar Ninja, there were months where I really needed sales. And the temptation was to do things like offer big discounts, push harder, try every hack and tactic to get a quick cash grab. But every time I let desperation creep in, two things happened. Number one, sales did not increase. People actually pulled away. And number two, it attracted the wrong kind of customer. Those who did buy, even though I was desperate, they didn't value the product. They churned fast and they were a nightmare to deal with. I learned quick because the moment I stopped chasing, I learned very quickly. And the moment I stopped chasing and started focusing on providing undeniable value, standing firm on my offers and trusting the long game, everything shifted. So how do you get out of desperation mode? How do you turn the tables? The first thing you need to know is your numbers cold. Desperation often comes from uncertainty when you don't know important things like the exact revenue you're making. How much money are you making month after month? What's your burn rate? How much money are you spending every month to run your business? Number three, your profit margin. What's the percentage of profit you're making and how much money are you keeping at the end of the month? And lastly, how long is your runway? Meaning, if you are spending more money than you're making, how much longer can you do that before you run out of savings or run out of money in the bank and you can't run the business anymore? Ambiguity around these numbers causes a lot of anxiety. So get clarity on it, because when you have clarity, you have confidence. Now, before I get to the next step of getting out of desperation mode, I just want to highlight the fact that if you're not making enough money for you to be able to live off, meaning to pay your personal bills, after what's said and done, after you've paid all your expenses in your business, you need to reevaluate things, because you really just have two options. Number one, spend less so you can make more, take home more so you can pay your expenses, or get some part-time work to supplement your business so that you can pay your bills with that work. It's better for you to work part-time to pay your bills and have clarity and no desperation in your sales when you are working on your business. You don't want to operate in a position of weakness. You want to be as solid as possible. And if you don't know if you could pay your rent or your light bill, it's going to be very hard for you to operate in that way. We're only human. Make sure you're making enough profit in your business to pay your regular expenses so that you're not worried if you can keep the lights on. If you're not making enough profit, then get some side income with a job or some sort of side work, or maybe some freelancing or consulting. There's no shame in this. This is temporary until you sort things out in your business and become more profitable and make more money. Right. The next thing I want to talk about, the second step of getting out of survival mode, is removing the dependency on one sale or customer. If you're relying on one client or one big deal or one product, you're always feeling the pressure. You want to diversify, build multiple revenue streams, grow an email list, focus on reoccurring revenue when possible. Let me go through those three really quickly in detail. Number one, why multiple revenue streams? Because you don't want to be dependent on one product to give you all your income. In the long term, maybe when you get started, you just start with the first product, it's fine. But in the long term, you want to start diversifying, having a few products, a few options, a few ways to make money in your business. So for example, you could be selling a course, but you also have a coaching program, and you also sell sponsorships in your newsletter. So these are three ways for you to make revenue. Next, grow an email list. Don't be dependent on other sources of marketing. Email marketing is so powerful because you own the contact. You get to send emails when you want. You get to have exposure, or you get to give a message to your email list subscribers whenever you want, not like on social media where it's up to the algorithm if they see your posts or not. It's not up to the price of ads. You want to make sure that you have a backup plan, your own database of people that you can reach out to make sales. And lastly, focus on reoccurring revenue when possible. It's fine to sell one-off products, but make sure you have some way to make recurring revenue, whether that's sponsorships, whether that's with a membership or a coaching program, whatever it might be. Reoccurring revenue gives you a steady income. It makes you have predictable income as well. Number 3, strengthen your sales process. Desperate people sell chaotically. Confident people have a system. Desperate people say things like, I'm going to launch a new product 2 weeks from now to make a quick, cash grab. No, you got to have a system. Build a predictable sales funnel. Educate, nurture your audience, convert them. Let people come to you because your offer is solid, not because you've begged them. Basically, you want to give them enough information, education, nurturing, where they make the decision that you are the best option. Number 4, play the long game. Ask yourself this question. What decisions would I make if I knew success was inevitable? This thought experiment is meant to help you stop making panic-driven moves. Start making moves that build your brand, builds trust, builds loyalty over the next 6 to 12 to 24 months, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 50 years from now. What are people going to say about your brand? And that last one, playing the long game, is really what today's lesson's all about. It's what Jason Fried says, I don't want to start up, I want to stay up. And here's the thing, you don't have to beg for business. You don't need to chase. You don't need to hustle and scurry and undercut your value to survive. You need to trust yourself. You need to trust the offer that you built and your ability to deliver it and your ability to improve your product and your offer so that you can deliver it as a no-brainer offer. People are drawn to those who operate with quiet confidence, not the ones clawing at every sale. What I find fascinating is like car brands like Bentley and Rolls Royce. They no longer show their cars in car shows, in international car shows. They don't want to be beside the other car brands that are desperate for your business. It's also very jarring to see a car that's $550,000 and next to it is a Honda that's $30,000. So it's actually really hard to go out and buy a Rolls Royce or a Bentley. They actually only really show their cars at yacht shows and private jet shows, because when you compare a Bentley, a $500,000 car, to a $20 million private yacht, the Bentley all of a sudden looks like really inexpensive, looks like a great deal. And they're operating from confidence. They don't need to throw out a discount or give free floor mats, right? They know they have a great product. Play from strength. Be the prize people are seeking, and the right customers will always find you. Thanks so much for listening to the $100 MBA Show. If today's episode resonated with you, don't miss our 3 Things newsletter. Every week, I'm going to send you 3 things. 1, something to think about. 2, something to do. And 3, something to learn. It's a coaching I wish I had when I was in your shoes. Go to 100mba.net and sign up for a free guide, and you'll automatically be a part of our newsletter. Let's keep growing. Let's keep building the right way. I'll see you on the next one.